everyone, it is Drew the Nostalgia Main here. We are here today to answer your questions for reaching 200 subs on this channel. Let's go ahead and get it started. First question for today is going to be from Nintendo Universe, who asks, do you prefer Super Mario Galaxy or Super Mario Galaxy 2? First and foremost, it needs to be said that both of these games are masterpieces of the 3D platforming genre. They both show Nintendo at their creative best, and in a sense, I kind of consider them as one giant game because of how similar they are. That being said, Super Mario Galaxy 2 ekes it out just by a bit because of how perfect its level design is. Certain levels in the game, like Bowser's Lava Lair, are a great example of how you can throw constant surprises at the player, and the game is chock full of these. The first Galaxy game did have an overall better presentation with its story and visual design, but the pure fun of Galaxy 2 makes it just a little bit better for me. Our next question comes from Don't Mind Joe, who asks, Top 5 most inspirational people to you, who inspire you to create or inspired you to want to be a content creator. Now, there are definitely a few content creators who inspired me to create my own channel, so here are 5 in no particular order. Number 1, Tobuscus. Tobuscus was really one of the first big YouTube stars, and I absolutely loved his channel during the height of its popularity. Toby Turner had an insane energy and passion with everything he did, and really showed what he could do with the medium. It was sad to see those allegations against him, which I really am not sure if they're true or not. I think the evidence is somewhat wishy-washy myself, but I loved his channel and I think he was a great content creator. Number 2, The Lonely Goomba. This is kind of a more recent favorite, but I think The Lonely Goomba is just hilarious. I think his style of commentary is very entertaining to watch, and I'm never disappointed with a new upload. Number 3, Papa Genos. In the summer of 2018, we were blessed with the arrival of one of the best YouTubers on the planet. In a sea of clickbait leak videos, Papa Genos was a breath of fresh air, always talking about Smash leaks or speculations with actual evidence. I've been lucky enough to have a few message conversations with him, and he really is just a down-to-earth cool guy, and he's a great content creator to try to be like. Number 4, Arlo. It was December of 2020. The world waited with bated breath to see how COPPA would affect content creators everywhere. Everyone wondered if a blue Muppet-like YouTuber with a passion for video games would be struck down as for kids. Luckily, Arlo is still here and is stronger than ever with its insightful reviews and analysis on all things Nintendo. The world is lucky to have him. Number 5, Joe Thumbs Up Master. Joe creates content with a razor focus on Banjo-Kazooie. His channel is a verifiable treasure trove of ROMs, hacks, character animations, voices, and infinite other resources for Banjo fans. Check out his channel. DLS1 asks, favorite Mario or Sonic game? I'm going to go ahead and go with the Sonic game on this and say that my favorite Sonic game of all time is going to be Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Sonic 2 was one of the very first video games I've ever played, and was definitely the one that very much hooked me on gaming. Our next question is going to be from Phantom Bane, who asks, here's a mega question which will hopefully give you some good material. What is your favorite game for each Nintendo console? This question is going to cover a number of games, so I'll try to be brief with my answers. Starting with the NES, I definitely have to go with the sheer perfection that is Super Mario Bros. 3. With its perfect level designs, wacky power-ups, introduction to several Mario mainstays like the Koopalings, and an absolutely enormous amount of content for its time, Super Mario Bros. 3 is a bread-and-butter classic that I had a great time streaming a few months ago. The Super Nintendo has an incredible library of games, but the one that tops them all, at least for me, is Super Mario RPG. I adore this game, and have owned the same cartridge for nearly 25 years. The Geno for Smash movement didn't randomly come out of nowhere. This game has made an impact for new and old fans alike, and I hope we see more representation of the game in the future. Alright then, the N64 really shouldn't be a secret to anyone. It's Banjo-Kazooie. This is a pretty well-known fact on this channel, so I think that's enough said. The Nintendo GameCube is an underappreciated console that is slowly dying out of existence, due to most of the games being stuck in the Nintendo Vault. Nintendo seriously needs to re-release more of the GCN's great library. That being said, my favorite game would probably have to be Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. It's been way too long since I've played this game, but everything from the writing, the humor, the worlds, the battle system, they all come together perfectly. There's a reason that us old school Paper Mario fans want another game like this. Nintendo did something that worked so well, and they just
stopped it. Hopefully we'll finally get another release of this game. Paper Mario Trilogy HD, anyone? Ah yes, the Nintendo Wii, Nintendo's soon-to-be second best-selling console ever. What a great system. True, the motion control fad at the time does bring some challenges for future ports, but this was a good one. Going back a bit to one of my earlier answers, Super Mario Galaxy 2 is currently my favorite game for the system and is a pure joy to play. Although it was a flop, the Wii U did have some great games that have found great success being ported over to the Switch, the most recent one being my favorite, Super Mario 3D World. I feel like this was the first game that really succeeded at being a multiplayer Mario game, without all the frustrating head bouncing that plagued other attempts. The game also has a surprising amount of challenging post-game content, including the infamous Champions Road. Probably the most underrated 3D Mario in my opinion. Last of all, we come to the Switch, Nintendo's new mega-hit console with a library of thousands of titles. While there have been some excellent games, I'm definitely going to have to go with The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, a game I anxiously waited for the moment I saw that first teaser in 2014. The wait was well worth it. While there are aspects of the game that previous Zelda games did better, like dungeon and boss variety, the pure freedom and fun of the game's gigantic world was truly a special one-of-a-kind experience. For the first time in a Zelda game, I just naturally wanted to do something on the side because it constantly invites you to. I'm so excited to see what the sequel has in store. Next up is a question from Alexander Kispe, who asks, what game would you want to totally forget just to replay it again?
Now, a lot of you may assume that my answer to this question would naturally be Banjo-Kazooie, my favorite video game of all time. But do I really want to get rid of all my memories from 20 years ago as a kid, plus all the memories since then, including the pure emotional moment that was the Smash Brothers reveal? I don't think so. I'm going to take a hard pass. If I'm going to be forgetting a game, it needs to be something maybe a little bit more recent that's not so much a part of my formative years. So if I'm going to pick something, it's probably actually going to be Breath of the Wild, because after logging in over 200 hours of the game, including the DLC, I just completely burnt out. And if I could just start it again fresh, it would be a fun time.
Alright, so moving on to our next question by Mr. Butter. Have you ever eaten a stick of butter before? Let me answer that by answering the next one here by Josh Wise. Will Big Belly return?
Previously under the Nostalgia Main.